Hello, my name is China Davis, and today I will be teaching you how to drive a 5-speed car, a stick shift. Now, that's supposed to be a BMW. I'm not a really good artist, but I think you're gonna get the gist of it. Um, so on the outside, cars look the same. Um, you won't really know that a car is a 5-speed until you actually get in and see the gear shift. Gearboxes that are different. Um, a stick shift is very different from a automatic, being that you can't do anything if you are not don't have your foot on the clutch. You can't do anything. You can't move. You can't take off. You can't reverse. Nothing if your foot is not on the clutch. So right here, I'm gonna tell you how to take off. And this was the hardest part for me in learning how to drive a 5-speed stick shift. It was the takeoff. The car would cut off on me sometimes trying to take off. Because here's the thing, you have to give the car, okay, so I'm just gonna describe it out for you. This is the clutch. The clutch is always going to be on the far left. Okay. And then you're going to have your brake in the middle. And then on the far right, you're going to have the gas. So you have three pedals in a stick shift 5-speed car. Your clutch is always going to be on the far left, brake in the middle, gas on the right. Always remember that. The car must be in neutral to crank up. First of all, we have to talk about the crank up before we can do the takeoff. So the crank up is really, really easy. All you do is just make sure the car is in neutral. I'm going to show you a gear shift in just a minute here so you can see what I'm talking about when I say neutral. You want to make sure the car is in neutral because the neutral is different for the automatic and the stick shift. So you want to make sure the car is in neutral, and then you hold the clutch in and turn the key to the on or switch position. You know, like you're cranking the car up, you're going to hold the clutch in and crank the car up. That's how you crank the car up. Car must be in neutral, hold the clutch down, turn the key, cranks up. Works like a charm. Okay. Now, the takeoff, so you got the crank up. The takeoff is what I had the hardest problem with. The takeoff, you are going to hold the clutch in, and you want to be in first gear. If you're ready to take off, you want to go to first gear, and you're gonna hold the clutch in, and you have to give it enough gas while you're coming off the clutch, because you don't drive with your foot on the clutch. You just use the clutch to change gears. That's it. So you give it enough gas while you're coming off the clutch. While you're coming off this clutch over here, you give it enough gas. It's like a balance. It's like a scale. Think of it like a scale, and it has to keep that balance, because if you lose that balance, the car will cut completely off. So just give it enough gas while you come up off the clutch. If you do that, your car should take off successfully. And then the driving part, just driving in general, driving the stick shift. Here is a gear shift box for a stick shift. Now the newer cars are gonna have this circular gear shift, but the older cars is gonna be like a square, and there's gonna be a gear shift box. But so this is first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and this is reverse. And the line in the middle is neutral. That's the line you want to be in to crank it up. It has to be in neutral for the car to crank up. When you take off, you want to be in first gear. When you take off and you get up to 20 miles per hour, you want to go down to second gear. When you get up to 30 miles per hour, you want to go to third gear. When you get up to 40 miles per hour, which you'll probably be on the highway, you want to go to fourth gear. When you get up to 45, between 45 and 50, you want to go to fifth gear. And then if you want to reverse, of course, reverse is right here. So that's my diagram of the stick shift gearbox. And those are my instructions on how to drive a stick shift. Just don't try to text and drive a stick shift. Not good. Thank you all for your time, and that is my instructional process for driving a stick shift.